She is a celebrity on camera, on stage, on the page for more than 35 years. She was part of a grand launch of home and lifestyle line, selling more than $40 million live on a worldwide shopping channel platform in Toronto, Canada. She has written several best-selling books, and during the pandemic, she did not have a pity party. She created a one-of-a-kind book with more than 70 plus people from 4 countries called Finding the Light. I am so thrilled and excited to have our next guest, Alli Mang, on the show. But first, we're going to watch a quick video.
Finding the Light was born from the notion that within this pandemic, we all have a story to tell.
We came together to share and to document the thoughts of over 70 people throughout North America and Australia.
We all need to be heard, and our stories need to be shared. We did this through a series of Zoom interviews that became the basis of this collection of essays. This rich resource shares stories, poetry, and breathtaking photos of the world in lockdown. The thread of love and humanity binds this book to give us all the strength and the comfort we need in order to rise today and every day.
Welcome, Alli. How are you? How are you in Toronto, Canada?
I am great, Pam. It is such an honor to be here for the show. And might I say congratulations as well. This is a wonderful launch for you. I know you've been doing a number of shows, and it's my pleasure to be a part of your show.
Oh, well, thank you. I know we haven't met in person, but I feel like I've known you for some time, especially being part of your book, and I feel honored for that. But we have mutual friends, and we were both part of the magazine Work Women Working for a Stronger America, both part of this, and then reading, You're All About You in Here has just been great. So I'm glad we could team up on that. And I just wanted you to kind of just tell our viewers, about yourself. You've been so busy, and I was watching some of your YouTube videos, and your singing voice is incredible.
Oh, Pam, thank you so much. Yes, well, the thing is about being an entrepreneur, and you know this probably better than almost anybody, you have to keep moving. And even when we're faced with crisis, and I know you know all about that, we have 2 choices. Are we going to sit around, or are we going to find a way to fight? And that's what we are all doing. And really, that's what this book is. I do think that's what, as leaders, we need to be able to take that stand so that we can help others rise, because we're not always feeling great all the time. But when we have the insights and we have that extra little fire inside us, we just need to push it forward. And really, that's where Finding the Light came from me. I don't mean to be poetic, but there you go.
That's great. So the pandemic started kind of February, March time frame, and then you just how did you come up with this idea, and then how did you title it?
Well, great questions. As you said, I didn't have a pity party, but the real truth is I absolutely did. When the pandemic hit, I had been creating a wonderful business for the past 3 years in the United States, particularly in Florida. I've been a talent manager for a number of years, being in the entertainment business for, as you said, many, many decades. And I was bringing talent from Canada all the way up the east coast of Florida, and basically entertaining, the wonderful facilities that house so many retired people that are still really active and still want to be entertained and inspired. And it's an amazing conglomerate that they've got going on there all throughout the United States, and certainly in Florida. And so I was working with a customer that's just incredible. So of course, when the pandemic hit, all of that ended, and the entertainment business, as you probably well know, will be the last business to flourish again, maybe in a new way. But when Broadway closed down to May 2021, all of us in the entertainment business, from the grips, from front of house to on stage, behind the house, and everybody in live theater and performance, we all went like this. So it was a tough blow. I would say for 2 weeks, I did lick my wounds a little bit after the lockdown happened. And then, like an entrepreneur, I thought, my God, I got to get moving and go. And I woke up one morning to what I thought was a nightmare, but words that said this to me, because I was so fearful as to what is going to happen next. What am I going to do? Millions of us are thinking the same thing. What am I going to do now that this has changed my life, the trajectory of where I thought I was going to go? And honestly, the words came: free yourself, elevate, and rise. And for me, it was a new way to look at fear. Free yourself, elevate, and rise. And that's what I did. And so I thought about this book. I thought about reaching out to the 70 people that have touched me and helped create my career over the past many decades. You being one of my newest friends, but it all just clicked, Pam. And in the matter of a few weeks, I had called everybody, said, hey, what are you doing? Well, I'm not doing much. I want to interview you. Here are the 4 questions. Let's go. Let's put it together. And now we have this wonderful book with a conglomeration of, as you said in your interview, we have essays. We have 70 people represented in these essays that I created with a team of writers. We have photographs from around the world capturing Mother Nature, who is shining brightly as us humans are kind of having that little struggle. And we're moving forward, though, and finding new ways to recalibrate our lives.
That is so great. And it's coming out here soon, right? Here in October.
Yes, it's October 28th. It will be on our website called findingthelight.ca, and you'll be able to download it there. And Pam, as well, what I'm doing is I've combined and aligned with 3 charities, youth-focused charities, 1 in Canada and 2 in the United States, that 50% of all my sales will go towards those charities. They represent 3 of the most near and dear subjects to me. One of them is dealing with loss and grief support for young children and teens. The second is entrepreneurship. And the third is focused on supporting and mentoring creative artists in stage and screen, and also gifted athletes as well. So all 3 of those charities are going to benefit from all of the sales. And I'm going to give 50% of those sales right to the charities, because I think it's important in life to be giving back. And if that is a lesson that we can learn from what crisis our world has gone through, it is the perfect lesson.
Wow, that's great. I know to be able to put a book like that, was there one thing that you kind of, if you could summarize, that all 70 people kind of kept saying over and over during this time, or were there, everybody really unique?
It's a great question. And I have to say, that is one of the great things about the book, is everyone's kind of saying the same thing, but it may be clothed a little bit differently. I would say reset, recalibration, redirection, renew. Those were words that were repeated. In fact, I captured them in this book. This is actually the hard copy of it that I did just so you could sort of see it a little bit more clearly.
Okay.
And I know I have to show you off, because it was so much fun talking to you, because I asked at the end of all my questions, you may remember, what is the 1 or 2 words that represents this pandemic to you? Do you remember what you said?
No, tell me.
You said?
Determined. I definitely, determined. I know that's my 2020 word, is determined. And maybe my 2021 word too, no, but no, I do remember my word, yes.
I know you do. And I was, but thank you for playing along with me. But it was it was so beautiful, because everybody came to the place no pomp, no ceremony. A lot of us were just in jeans, just hanging out. But we talk about the real and raw moments and thinking that we're going through. But we didn't stop there. We always got people to, so what are you taking away from this? How can you help others who are reading this book? And I think that's what's really great about it. We're talking raw, we're talking authentically, but we're also providing a toolbox of solutions and ideas that people can glean from. Like yourself, yours was determined. You talked about your journey. And at the end, then you said to all of us women, research, find out about 3D mammograms.
That's right. I'm on a mission to make sure all women have the 3D versus the 2D, because mine would not have been found with just the standard 2D. So I'm on a mission for that. So thanks. But congratulations on the book. I am so happy for you and to be a part of it. And before we close here, I just really wanted to also, you have something new coming up, your new show, and then we'll let you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So my new show, you and many others have inspired me. And my new show is called Let's Chat. And it's going to be a big variety show. We're going to talk about the real and raw. It's basically, this book, Finding the Light, was a jumping off point to it. There we go. And we're going to sort of capsulize, where I'm going to have guests like yourself who represent entrepreneurship and business people. We're going to have performers on it. We're going to be talking about what it's like to have 1 minute to make a difference. I've written, this is my 4th book, and I've written 3 others that basically talk about your first minute earns you every other minute that comes after that. So it's important to make that first impression. And what is entailed in doing that? And performers have to do that every single day. And you know what? More than performers, we all have to do that on business, whether it's on the stage or on the page. We have to, come out and say, okay, here I am, world, let's go. And the show will be fun. Hopefully it'll be a little bit of an homage to the great Regis Philbin and that whole variety idea. But entertainment is the number one quotient to anything to do when you're reaching out to people. So I'm hoping it'll be all that. I'll keep you posted. And you are a great inspiration, by the way, Pam.
Oh, thank you. I know it's going to be a great show and you'll have lots of great guests on it. So definitely looking forward to that. Well, thank you so much again. Finding the Light. We'll have all of this information on our social media, where you can buy the book and where you can reach out to Alli on social media. And thank you so much. I so look forward to making a trip up to Toronto. I told you early on, I have my cousins from Croatia up there. So it's on my bucket list to make a trip, and I definitely want to see you.
Oh, my goodness. It would be such a pleasure to welcome you. And yes, us Canadians, we have our own flavor and way of welcoming. And we'd be so thrilled to have you. And you actually, where your Croatian relatives are just down the road from where I live. So that'll be a ton of fun. And I expect to come down to your neck of the woods sooner than, well, I don't know when it's going to happen. Our borders are still closed, but close enough.
You're welcome, Dallas, anytime. We have 3 extra vacant bedrooms, so we have plenty of room if you'd love to stay with us. So thanks again, Alli, and we will talk soon.
Thank you, Pam. Thanks so much, and thank you all. We'll see you soon.